Good morning, everyone. This is Bishop Deb on this Tuesday morning, and it is raining cats and dogs. I wonder how that phrase came to be, raining cats and dogs. I don't know. I'm looking at the water on this. I'm kind of on a little hill, and it's like little rivers of water running down by the car. I'm quite certain that I'm going to be alone this morning here at my little sitting spot because nobody will be out walking their dog when it's pouring rain. Raining all night. Good for the soil, though. March winds, April showers, bring forth May flowers, as the saying goes. God, I'm full of cliches this morning. I wonder how you're doing today. If you're having a good day, it's very early. And heading off to a neighboring town to do some early morning shopping because I've got a busy day ahead. Had a wonderful lay pastoral chaplain's class last night. We continue tonight. Lots of things in the hopper, and loving every moment of it. If anybody had told me, even 5 years ago, no, I guess we can't say that now. We'll say 15 years ago, that I would no longer be an Anglican priest, that I would be in an entirely different denomination, that I would have given up my paycheck and my benefits, I would have laughed in their face. There's a security about being part of a larger institution. You know, you sign your life away to a bishop and you have job security to a certain extent. But what you don't have is, it's hard to describe. When you are in an institution like the church, I guess it's the same with any career job, you give up a certain amount of your freedom, and more so when you're in the church, because your parishioners have this feeling like, it's not like they own you, but they have big expectations of you. And as a single mom with 2 kids, it was a real tug-of-war at times, because I needed to be mom, and my family needed me, but so did the church family. That's not why I left the church, but, it got very hard at times to do everything well. And so now I'm part of this beautiful little gem of a church. Valid orders, apostolic succession. It's got a hallmark. Not a lot of people have heard of it, but it is absolutely valid, from the old Catholic Church. And I spent a lot of time talking to people about it because people haven't heard of it. I'd never heard of it. And there's always that kind of raised eyebrow, like, well, what church is that? And it's just like any other mainstream church that broke away from Rome, like the Anglicans did. All around the world, there are old Catholic churches. And this one is progressive, it's inclusive, it follows the teachings of Jesus, it's all about love. And that's why I was ordained in 1985. That's why I wanted to be ordained, to follow what Jesus taught, to be Christ-like in the world, to do good things, reaching out, walking the mile, turning the cheek, and telling people, giving people hope. That's the message of every great faith. About love. We are loved. And it's not always the message you get from the pulpit in the larger institutions, because they've got business to take care of. They've got to pay the bills. They've got to keep the church going. And often it's a struggle. Even more so now. A lot of churches closing. So now I find the freedom to be able to be me, to be able to do my ministry. And yeah, I have to be self-supporting, but that's okay. Because what it has done for me is remind me that as I am faithful, even God is faithful. Times get squeaky, but God provides. And it's not a terrible way to be, to always be mindful of our blessings and our spirituality and, the side of us that is connected with divine love all the time. So, yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea to be in this kind of lifestyle, religious. And I wouldn't even say that I am religious. I would say that I am spiritual with a love of liturgy and ritual and sacrament. And I get to be the presiding bishop, which is an absolute joy. So, not church isn't for everybody. How is it that you connect to God? Christianity isn't, of course, for everybody. There are so many paths to the fountain. I remember a friend of mine who's a hypnotherapist. He was quite elderly, and that's what he talked about all the time. There are many paths to the fountain. There's not just one way. We all have within us that connection to divinity. And however we name that God is important to us, to each of us. So, how is it that you connect? How is it that you get hope? People that tend to be atheist, agnostic, who really go out of their way to be humanist, to disprove God. There's a difference in the way that they see the world. There has to be. And often I find that there's a real hole in their lives because we are hardwired to want to know that which is greater than us, to connect with Creator, with universe, with the force of life, however you want to call it, so that we get meaning. So how is that? Because once we can make that connection, I don't know how to describe it, but life is more colorful. Life has more purpose. You start connecting the dots and feeling more joyful and more hopeful. And it gives a framework for us to live. So I'm going to post this. Halfway through I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I talking about my church? But maybe that's something somebody needs to hear today. So, check out the Community Catholic Church. A lot of people kind of go Catholic, ooh, because they've had such a bad experience in the Roman Church. We're not Roman. And if you are Roman and you love your church, God bless you. That's important. We do not condemn anything. We embrace all. And I think that's a good way to be. There's no judgment. There's no politics. There's no expectation of anything other than we serve love. We serve divine love. And we have clergy and chaplains who do that, just that, every day in their life. They don't have to wear their collar. Many do. But it's their orientation to life. I will help you. I will reach out. I serve God. God is in me. And I think that, for me anyway, it's a very wonderful way to live. Rewarding, blessings abound. You see things with different eyes. Anyway, that's the end of my sermon for today. I hope that you're going to have a wonderful day. It's stopping. Actually, the rain is stopping, which is nice. Better traveling that way. It's a little bit foggy. I think we should pray. Gracious God, you call us to love. You create us to be in relationship with one another. You call us to reach out to friends and strangers alike, to hold hands across this planet, to see everyone as a brother and sister, where there is no divide, where religion cannot separate us, because truly we all want the same things. We all need love. We all need food and water. We all want to enjoy our lives. And so much gets messed up in that. Politics, other people's interpretations, power, greed get into the mix. And many times we feel helpless. Today, may we be aware of your presence in our lives. May we know clearly your voice in our ear. May we understand that we are eternally connected with you, that we cannot run or hide, that you know even the number of hairs on our head, and that you love us so tenderly, that you love us in spite of our faults and flaws and the mistakes we've made. Help us in this time of Lent to reach out to you, to embrace you once more, to turn back and explore the relationship that we have with you. And may we know and feel your mighty blessings pouring on us today, pressing in around, surrounding us, enfolding us, uplifting us. May this be a day of days. May this be the most wonderful day of our life, filled with possibilities and good things. In this we pray in your holy name. Amen. Well, I don't know if you can hear it, but the rain has started again in earnest. I'm going to hit the road, and I hope you have a blessed day. I'll talk to you again soon.